Take a look around you. Your smartphone, the gas in your car, the plastic in your keyboard, even the fertilizer used to grow the food in your fridge. We live in a world of magic. We click a button and things arrive. We turn a key and engines roar. But this entire modern miracle is built on a foundation so thin, it's terrifying. Most of us never think about global logistics until they break. We saw a glimpse of it during the pandemic, but that was just a rehearsal. The real nightmare lives in a tiny, sun-scorched strip of water between the Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman. It's called the Strait of Hormuz. It is the most critical artery of the global heart, and right now, the cholesterol of geopolitics is closing in. You might think a conflict thousands of miles away won't affect you, but the Hormuz Trap is designed to hit you exactly where it hurts most: your wallet, your security, and your way of life. Today, we're peeling back the curtain on why your life is about to get very, very expensive. Let's look at the map, because geography is destiny. The Strait of Hormuz is a narrow gateway, only about 21 miles wide at its tightest point. But it's even narrower than that for the massive supertankers. Because of the shallow waters and jagged islands, the actual shipping lanes are only 2 miles wide in each direction. Imagine a global highway where the world's most explosive cargo has to squeeze through a needle's eye. Every single day, nearly 21 million barrels of oil pass through here. That's a fifth of the world's total consumption. If you lined up those tankers, they'd form a continuous chain of energy stretching across the horizon. This isn't just a route, it's a bottleneck with no viable alternative. To the north, you have the rugged coastline of Iran, a nation that has spent decades perfecting the art of asymmetric warfare. To the south, the UAE and Oman. This isn't just water, it's a hair trigger. One sunken ship, one stray mine, or one targeted drone strike could effectively bolt the door to the Persian Gulf. And unlike a highway detour, you can't just drive around it. A common question is, why don't we just use pipelines? It sounds simple on paper. Build a pipe across Saudi Arabia or the Emirates to bypass the strait. But here is where the math fails. While some pipelines exist, they can only handle a small fraction of the volume that moves by sea. We're talking about trying to empty an Olympic-sized swimming pool with a drinking straw. Furthermore, it's not just about oil. We have to talk about LNG, liquefied natural gas. Qatar is one of the world's top LNG exporters, and almost every drop of that gas, which heats homes in London and powers factories in Tokyo, must pass through Hormuz. There is no plan B for gas. If the strait is blocked, the lights don't just dim, they go out. We've become so efficient at just-in-time delivery that we've forgotten how to build reserves. Most nations only have a few weeks of supply. When that runs out, we aren't just looking at high prices, we're looking at industrial paralysis. Why is the trap so dangerous right now? Because the players involved have nothing to lose. For Iran, the strait is a kill switch. They know they can't win a conventional war against the US Navy, so they've built a mosquito fleet, thousands of fast, small boats armed with missiles and mines. They don't need to destroy an aircraft carrier. They just need to make the waters uninsurable. The moment a maritime insurance company says it's too risky, the shipping stops. Period. On the other side, you have the US and its allies trying to maintain a freedom of navigation that feels more fragile by the hour. And then there's China. China is the elephant in the room. They import more oil through Hormuz than anyone else. If the strait closes, China's economy, the manufacturing hub of the planet, shudders. This creates a global domino effect. A spark in Hormuz leads to a factory closing in Shenzhen, which leads to an empty shelf in a Walmart in Ohio. We are all connected by this 21-mile stretch of blue. Let's talk about your bank account. If the strait closes for even a week, analysts predict oil could instantly spike to $150 or even $200 a barrel. But oil is just the beginning. Think about plastic. Think about shipping costs. Every product that moves on a ship, from your Nike sneakers to the microchips in your car, will suddenly carry a conflict premium. We're talking about inflation on a scale we haven't seen since the 1970s, but in a world that is far more debt-ridden and fragile. This is how a regional crisis becomes a personal one. You'll see it at the pump, then at the grocery store, and finally in your tax bill as governments scramble to subsidize a failing system. The Hormuz Trap isn't just a military strategy, it's an economic weapon of mass destruction. For years, we've ignored the cracks in the foundation. We've assumed the cheap energy would always flow, that the oceans would always be open. But the era of easy stability is ending. The trap is set, and the gears are turning. The question isn't whether you can afford the gas. It's whether you're prepared for a world where the rules of the last 30 years no longer apply. The bill is coming due, and it's going to be very, very expensive. Thanks for watching. Subscribe as we continue to track the fault lines of the new global economy. Stay informed, stay prepared.